Welcome to a special edition of Koco's Corner. I am the huge one, Dave Koco from Kocosports.com or KOCOsports.net. It takes you to the same places where the world comes to cash, home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. And speaking of passionate fans, something we've been waiting for 5 years, maybe longer, finally happened. We finally got Mayweather versus Pacquiao. The final result is by unanimous decision. Your winner, Money Floyd Mayweather Jr. One judge had it 118 to 110. Two judges had it 116 to 112. As did I have that on my scorecard. Not that I matter, you know, when you go by the idiot. I don't think people care about your scorecard. But what was your scorecard? I just wish Manny did more in the early rounds, but hey, what can you do? Overall, I know there's a lot of people complaining. It went to a decision. The pay-per-view was a bit choppy at best. But you know what? I just never thought this fight was going to happen. Maybe I just love boxing too much. Maybe, you know, maybe it's just I never thought it was going to happen. So now that it has happened, I'm absolutely thrilled, absolutely excited, all that. So really appreciate it. You know, I don't know. I'm just so grateful. I sat there watching it and I got goosebumps. It's the most pumped up I've been for a boxing fight in a really long time. Did it live up to the hype? Probably not, but I don't think it would have ever lived up to the hype. I think it would have been impossible to live up to the hype that we had for this. I thought it was absolutely awesome. Some things that we had. I lived in Japan. For those that didn't pirate it, it's a pirate's life for me. Went to a bar, ordered it on pay-per-view, $100 pay-per-view. Terry Funk, bless you, my friends. But if you did get the pay-per-view, if you watched it legally, how was the pay-per-view stream? Because I live in Tokyo, Japan. I watched it at a downstairs bar, and they got it legally. And, yeah, the pay-per-view was choppy as shit. I'm going to rewatch it again. And I just want to know, because I live in Japan, maybe it's different. Obviously, the pirated versions are going to be choppy. It's just, you know, there's so many people trying to take down the pirated version. There's so many people trying to watch the pirated version. But, you know, there was a lot of funky stuff with this fight. Like, HBO had a live stream pre-show, and then it was shut down by CBS copyright. I don't know if that was just hackers, spammers, YouTube messing up, but I thought they had a partnership. I thought that was completely weird. Yeah, I was watching the YouTube HBO boxing special just because I like how HBO covers it. Nothing against Showtime, but I love them both. But I just happened to watch that, and boop, out of nowhere, I was like, why does it keep repeating the same thing? Refresh my YouTube, boop, copyright strike. If HBO boxing can get a copyright strike, maybe us YouTubers or small ass YouTubers shouldn't complain. But yeah, there was a long wait. Like I said, I watched it in Japan, so we had 3 different options. We had the pay-per-view, HBO. We had also Showtime option, and we also had the UK version. So we had 3 different televisions, and like one feed was 2 rounds behind, the other feed was choppy. One feed went out right before the thing. I don't know. I don't know if this was an international thing, but yeah, I'm going to rewatch the fight tonight. But, you know, it was a bunch of companies, probably the biggest boxing pay-per-view of our lifetime. And I went, watched it legally down in a bar, and it was pretty packed. You know, it's Golden Week, so everyone has off, and the pay-per-view sucked. Not the actual fight, the coverage. Like, it was crazy. Like, we had 3 different companies doing it, and all the companies sucked. I mean, the best company was the UK company, and that was 2 rounds behind. Like, we were watching round 12, and we looked to the left on another television set, and it's rounds. I don't know. Maybe it's just living in Japan, but I wonder how the pay-per-view went. And then on one of the feeds that we had, it was like, oh, we're waiting. And it was a really long wait before the fight. And they're like, well, we're doing a pay-per-view. We're having pay-per-view problems and all that. And I just find it, I want to, you know, if you could, who did you think won the fight? And also, how was your pay-per-view feed if you did it legally? So, yeah, early on, Floyd was just being Floyd. I thought Manny was going to come out and do more. I really did. Manny thought he won the fight. Most people in my Twitter feed, most people in the boxing, well, in the sports bar, most people I knew had Floyd. I had Floyd with the two judges, the same, 116 to 112. I don't think it was 118, 110. That was a bit much. But what did you score it? And were you impressed with the fight? And do you think you'd watch a rematch? I don't know if I'd watch a rematch. I think, hey, we waited fucking 5 goddamn years for this shit. We had to wait 50 fucking minutes before the fight actually starts. And you're talking rematch? Sorry. I lucked out and had a bar showing it. And I don't know if I had to pay $100 for a rematch. And this is me, dude. I was so pumped up, so excited. It was just a great atmosphere. And yeah, so there you go. Floyd is your winner. Let's go to some live comments and tweets, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. I just wanted to get some live reaction. Hopefully we don't get nailed too much by pirates looking for this stuff. We had to actually put it in the cover. At K1LLAK1N9 on the Twitter says, people just don't understand that he wins, meaning Floyd, by playing the game. How does the elephant catch the mouse? It waits. Yeah, I imagine, I could be wrong, but I imagine everyone that loves boxing and isn't just rooting for a guy, and everyone that, watches more than just the main fights. I think almost everyone that I know that watches boxing gave the fight to Floyd. Maybe a couple of Manny Pacquiao fans, maybe people I've never seen tweet or Facebook about boxing before was like, oh, Manny won that. Because I thought it was crazy. Even Max was beating up Manny. Manny was like, you didn't win nothing. It was pretty fucking rude. Like, damn, man. I didn't have to be so damn rude to the guy. All right, so boom, 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 boom. Someone talking smack. All right, and let's check out some live comments and we'll wrap this up. I wanted to kind of keep this short. Just want to give my last live comments on it. Boom, boom, boom. But I was so pumped up and so excited. Even if the pay-per-view was choppy as hell and we had 3 streams at that bar, even if it was $100 for you, man, congratulations on being a baller. And if you were there live, wow, man, that's just you're living a better life than I am. But I don't know. Even though there was a lot of negatives, I don't know. I just never thought this fight was going to happen. So I was so excited. A7X Weeman says, we give boxing a rating. I give it a tie. It was kind of boring at some parts, but also hype. Also, how are you guys? I'm not doing too bad. I'm just pumped up that we got to actually see a fight I never thought was going to happen. You asked me, a year ago, 2 years ago, like, this fucking fight's never happening. Fuck these guys. And even a week, 2 weeks out, I was like, holy shit, is this fight going to happen? And then when there was delays because of pay-per-view problems, I was like having a heart attack. I don't even drink. And I was like, whoa, maybe I have to get some shots if they cancel this one. Mr. The King says, Pacquiao! I'm happy for Mayweather. Now all the heroes are defeated and the villains finally won the big one. Yeah. I think Manny Pacquiao is definitely more popular. He, won the crowd over. I don't know, just Floyd rubs people the wrong way, has a lot of, what's the word? He's an asshole. I'm trying to be politically correct here. He's just a fucking asshole. But he's still one of the best boxers of our time and maybe ever. We'll let history decide that. I don't like saying he's one of the best boxers ever and he's not retired, or you know what I mean. It just happened after a fight, because a lot of times, especially sportscasters, they're like, that was the greatest fight ever, and you're like, give it like 10, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Pump your brakes. I know the live reaction. You're so pumped up. You're so excited. Bakakarok says, dude, did you see fucking Burger King behind Mayweather? Yes, I did. I did see Burger King behind Mayweather, and I saw Jimmy Kimmel, and it was really a big event. They had so many celebrities there and everything. I asked this in the pre-show. Someone asked me, is this a swan song of boxing? And I hope not, but if you, this is my question to you. Besides, who do you think won? Also, when these guys retire, the casual boxing fan love these guys. The sports media, they love these guys. But a lot of people don't follow boxing. A lot of people don't know anything but this. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Tyson, and then it goes from 80s, 90s heavyweights and beyond that the masses know about. So my question is, and in some small ways, maybe we'll see who can predict it. When Mayweather and Pacquiao finally step down and call it a career, whenever it is, it's got to be happening. Mayweather saying he's going to end one last fight in September. I hope he gets at least one more than Rocky. That'd be kind of interesting. So you could say, wow, you lived through that. And Pacquiao, I can't imagine. I mean, he's got so much stuff going on for him besides boxing. So I wonder who's going to be the next superstar for casual boxing fans. I mean, when I grew up, Mike Tyson was it. I grew up in the New Jersey, Atlantic City area, and Tyson could walk on water there. Like, everyone knew about Mike Tyson. I wonder who do you think will be that next big star that people always talk about? Because when I talk to casual boxing fans, they'd always be like, oh, I can't wait to see Floyd versus Manny. I don't give a shit about anything else. Well, now that it's happened, who steps up? Who steps up to the plate? Who? I find it interesting. There's a lot of great Japanese boxers, but their lower weight divisions, really, I don't know what their English skills are, but I imagine nowhere near the trash talkers that people absolutely love. So I find it to be interesting. Who you guys think will be the next casual boxing media darling to come out after these two? Mr. The King says, living up to the hype means people want to see knockouts. Half the people who watch don't even follow this boxing sport. Yeah, and I talked about this. I even Facebooked something about this. Boxing fans were a bit bitchy about this, and it seemed a bit weird. Like, boxing fans maybe a year ago, maybe even 2 months ago, I can't believe the internet just talks about UFC. I can't believe they don't talk about boxing like they did in the 80s and 90s. And they're pissed because their sport isn't represented by the youth culture, the online culture. It's just not. It's an older gentleman's sport, and people don't talk about it the same way they would talk about MMA, UFC. And granted, the big stars like Mayweather and Pacquiao make a hell of a lot more money, but more people, not counting Manny Pacquiao or retired fighters, no one's more popular than Ronda Rousey. People talking on boxing, in my opinion. And it's weird because as soon as today happened, they were like, oh, I hate that every dipshit, including myself, is talking boxing. And I'm like, well, you can't have it both ways. Dipshits are going to talk boxing. You can't be like, I hate the fact that no one talks boxing. I can't believe everyone's talking boxing. No, people being interested in the sport is great. And hopefully we can get more stars. Travis Moore says, do you think they'll have a rematch? And I hate Floyd Money Mayweather. He's just too cocky, and I don't like cocky people. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be a rematch. I'm having a feeling it's not. I don't know. I mean, that could be another question. We'll throw out questions all day, baby. It's a two-way conversation on this show. Would you pay for a rematch? I know you ain't. I don't think anyone would pay top dollar. I don't think you're going to pay $100 for pay-per-view. Would you pay? And what would you pay? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's that interest. I mean, you made us wait for 5 hours. I mean, 5 hours, I wish. You made us wait for 5+ years. And the fight, I think when we watch the replays and see throughout history, it didn't live up to the crazy hype that we built up in our head. I don't know if there'll be a rematch. Floyd say, Pacquiao has a lot of shit to do. He's just got a lot on his plate. He's like a big-time celebrity. Floyd says one more fight in September. I don't know. Would you pay for that? Would you pay for that? I mean, I think September people would still pay for Floyd because Floyd will do the old, I'm retiring. This is my last fight. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, you're smart. You are a smart motherfucker, Floyd. But as far as a rematch goes, I don't know. I don't even know if I'd be that pumped up for it. And I love both these fighters. I know it's crazy because so many people fight and argue, but no, I absolutely love both fighters. All right, let's see some more comments. 9 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. I appreciate it. I was a little worried that Pirates were actually going to look for the thing. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. But Kakarot says, yeah, the way he acted the last 10 seconds and how he reacted to the crowd was absolutely jackass mode. Yeah, that's just Floyd. He's really confident. I don't know. I've just worked with athletes, and I've worked in the Marine Corps. I've worked with tons of alpha males. It's just the way he is, man. I don't know. I understand, you probably wouldn't want to hang out with him. I mean, I saw the pre-show and he made some guy fix the wine bottles because the label was the wrong way. And hey, dude, you got to do shit for money, I guess. But Kakarot says, I know people won't like Mayweather won by decision, but I think he deserved it. Besides the dirty tricks he threw, yeah, and one of the commentary teams, because we kept switching commentary teams here in Japan. In Japan, it was a fucking wreck. I don't know if anyone else watched it in Japan, but we kept switching commentary teams. One of the commentary teams, the New Japan English speaker guy, he said, like, Manny looked at him like, what the fuck? You're winning the fight. Why the fuck you got to cheat? You know what I mean? I don't know. SimCool8 says, LOL, the saltiness of all the Manny fans. LOL, Floyd Mayweather. TBE, the best ever. SimCool8, yeah, I'm just surprised how much people have to be an extremist for each fighter. Like, if Pacquiao won or Mayweather won, I just wanted the fucking fight to happen. I wanted a clear-cut winner. I mean, a knockout would have obviously been better just because, fuck, knockouts are exciting. And not only that, but I think it would have helped the sport and people would have talked about it more. But I'm just glad there was a clear-cut winner. In my opinion, there was a clear-cut winner. Yeah, just enjoyed. You just saw two of the greatest athletes. I don't know. The Manny versus, Manny fans versus Floyd fans. That gets a little ridiculous. But, yeah. Mark Burns says, Manny ran his mouth about Jesus being behind him. Oh, well, another Tebow-like loser. Yeah, I never understood that. And I don't want to get into a religious debate, but if there is a Jesus, if there is a God, if there is a Terry Funk, the ones who always listen to the show get that reference, but no one else will. But if there is a higher power, there's just so much shit going on. I don't see him picking sides of sports. That's just me. I don't know what your religious beliefs are. I don't know if I want to share them, but I don't exactly believe in anything. Yay! All right, woo! But if there is a higher power, I imagine he's busy. I just imagine he's got shit to do. You know what I mean? Definitely not worth the $100 that sucked. Yeah, man. People that paid the $100, they were troopers. They're the real MVPs. I went to a bar. I paid admission, and just sat there and watched it. And it's Sunday morning here in Tokyo, so it wasn't bad. No drunks. Everyone kind of knew about boxing. They're going to replay it tonight. I imagine maybe it'll be different, but yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm glad that I didn't pay the $100. MJT4 match should have continued until there's a knockout. That's old school shit right there. Larry Hammer lost. Never a fan of Floyd's fights. Great defense, but boring to watch. I spent 12 rounds yelling for shoot takedowns and blowing up knees that they stick out front legs. P.S. The winner is anyone that didn't pay $100 to watch that. Yeah, the price. Even the announce team, the announcers were like, "Bro, I'm sorry, man. I just overpriced it." But Floyd gets to have the bragging rights. I mean, just making so much crazy money. Yeah, I just wish it wasn't that expensive. But it's probably going to break every fucking record possible. That's NRNB2. That's just how it is. It's a boring fight. Mayweather won for sure, but a very boring fight. I was expecting more, though. Both fighters don't blend in a ring, so no action. Yeah, I can agree with that statement. Thank you. Mr. The King says, Amir Khan, he fights just like Mayweather. I think he has the best shot to beat him, honestly. This is just me. I think Floyd is too good and too smart and just too everything. If I was a betting man, I don't think Floyd's ever losing. I think he's just going to retire undefeated. I just hope, for the sake of being a part of history, kind of like with the McGuire home run chase, I hope that he beats Rocky Marciano's record. I hope he just doesn't tie it. He plans on retiring in September. It'll probably be against Amir Khan. Boop. Who knows? But Manny, I wonder if Manny really thought he won or he was trying to sell a rematch. I guess that's something we'll never know. Mr. The King says, can't say Floyd is cocky. He proves it every time. He is the best currently. Yeah, I mean, he's just an amazing fighter. I think people are going to talk about him. And not only that, but ESPN, what is it called? Damn, I can't remember the ESPN. It used to be called like Cold Pizza or something. I don't know. ESPN has a talk show in the morning. I think it's First Take. It might be First Take. Let's say it's First Take for this. I live in Japan. Please accept my stupidity as an apology. But yeah, they would always argue like Floyd needed this, and I think that's true. I think Floyd did need this win, but now that he has it, I don't know. Unless a young guy shocks him, but I just think he's too good at defense and too smart and just has the power to control everything. And Floyd, like, I was watching the pre-shows and they were talking like Floyd, who they said the name first, who sang, who came out, who did. I mean, he controlled everything. And even to, I think, the day of the show, I've read internet reports that he was bitching about the gloves Manny was wearing. So I don't know. I just think the combination of his super bitchiness, is just super defense and everything. I can't believe super bitchiness is actually a good tribute these days. All right. I'm going to keep refreshing and keep the conversation going as long as you guys give comments. All right. 10 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. Woohoo! Appreciate it. Much love. Let's see. Boop, boop, boom. Floyd is a rich bitch who just paid everyone to make him win. You know what? They're going to have conspiracy theorists. And you know what? I'm just one of those guys. I've been around fucking dirty boxing and I've been around it. I would be shocked by it, but not really. You know what I mean? There's so many, like, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theory. I just think there's too much money, too much pride. I think Floyd waited the 5 years on purpose, controlled everything so that he would know that he could definitely win. I mean, if you want to say that's rigged, I think the referees maybe favored someone. The judges could be corrupt. I don't know. I don't think the whole thing could be corrupt. I just don't. But then again, it wouldn't shock me. Like if there was a big ESPN breaking news and they'd like, oh, everything's fucking rigged. All right, wouldn't fucking shock me. But if I was a betting man, I don't think boxing's rigged to that extent where like I'm gonna pay you. I think it's a rigged to the point of judges and referees and all that. Yeah, like they lean one way, all that, because he chose a referee that protects him more often. So I think there's that going on. But for the whole fucking thing to be rigged, I would not bet on that, but I wouldn't be shocked. I remember growing up, everyone was like, no, there's no way Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa were on steroids. And that was media talking. That wasn't conspiracy theorists. That was just media. And people were like, no, they're on fucking steroids. And people, so who knows? People got confident and ass. All right. Andre Johnson, I don't exactly know what that is a context to, but I understand. I actually don't understand. There's that. All right, 14 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Going across. Oh, there we go. Bullet Club Biggs. Flomo Nation, stand up. LOL. Danny Garcia is a good boxer. Marcos Medina has a chance to be a star. I'm so sorry about slaughtering his name. Bolts win game 1 at Bucks draft. Jameson Winston and the Rays won. Great. I'm a Tampa Bay fan. And even though I live in Tokyo, go Giants. Giants won too. It's been a hell of a fucking sports weekend for me. So yeah. Man, Rob on Facebook says, "Man, did that fight suck?" I don't know. I was expecting that. The only thing that I wasn't expecting, as far as this fight goes, was Manny not turning it up right away. I just thought Manny would come in, guns a-blazing, but he played it safe, and I don't know if that helped or didn't help. Mayweather fought like a bitch. This is from Spencer Helvig. He's just a defensive boxer. I think, when it says Pacquiao, this is just my humble opinion, Pacquiao's a warrior, Pacquiao's a fighter, Pacquiao's going to bring it. And that's why I thought he was going to bring it in the earlier rounds. Floyd is more sweet science, defense. I don't know. It just depends on your style of boxing. Now, everyone loves the warrior. Everyone loves, hey, just go out there and beat the living shit out of each other. But I don't know if Mayweather, if he could ever fight that style. I don't think he'd be undefeated. Frosty the Snowman says, The Ramadan is coming up. Khan will not fight in September. All right, so I guess he's not going to fight in September, according to Frosty the Snowman. Cool screen name. I didn't mean to laugh at your opinion. It's just like Frosty the Snowman, breaking news. All right. I think I'm going to wrap this bad boy up. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds. Please check out our blog at kocosports.net, kocosports.net. Also, if you want, like, comment, subscribe. I do pre-warn you, we mostly talk pro wrestling, but we'll slowly but surely start sneaking in more and more combat sports. So, like, comment, subscribe at your own risk. All right. But Kocosports.net, we cover all the combat sports there, including judo and all. So we're trying to improve it every day. It's a work in progress. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and we lost the thumbs down. We lost the thumbs up and got a thumbs down. All right. Well, I guess that's what you get. That's what you get. Last comment of the day, old school, Stairway to Zeppelin. Stairway to Zeppelin. I'm not a fan of these two boxers or boxing. All right, well, I'm glad I'm making you that. Have not watched boxing in a while, but did watch this for free. And have to say, boxing is its own worst enemy. If I want to see a man run around another man that's running away from him, and every time he gets close, there's a hug or headlock, then a friend comes and breaks it up. Then I'll go and sit outside a gay bar. Manny, one in my eyes. I would not watch boxing again if it's judged like they are men actually fighting like the old days, not tap you then run away. Floyd's back against ropes, hands up, taking shots. That's not a fighter or the winner to me. Boxing is dead and rigged. Well, strong words, my friend. He's just a defensive fighter, man. He's a defensive fighter, so it's his style. One of my favorite fighters in his prime, he was a defensive fighter, and he was still exciting to watch, was Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. was absolutely amazing. All right, well, thank you all for the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe if you can. Check out our blog, kocosports.net. It's a combat sports blog. We're trying to work on it every day, and boop. I think that's it. Thank you. No matter what, I'm just grateful that boxing had this. So thank you, boxing, for making this happen. Hopefully, there'll be more stars to bring in casual fans and help build the future of boxing. With that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.